Hi y'all, Easy Slider here. You know, we live in a time where we just get kind of caught up in seriousness of life, and so today I thought, hey, let's do something different. Let's go on to a lighter subject and enjoy ourselves a little bit. So how about this? Alien abductions, long distance relationships. What do they have in common? Hey, I warned you things were going to be different. Today I think is going to be one of those times when we're going to be thinking out of the box. Don't you agree? You know, people ask me, say, Slider, where do you get your information from? Before we go ahead, I want to give you a tiny insight into this. They say, do you get your information from personal experiences? Or do you get your information from reading? Or where do you get your information from? Well, I've got a little secret, okay? I have someone that I collaborate with on my content. I have someone that's an Asian that gives me a lot of information, and I'd like to bring them today and introduce them to you. So let me introduce you to Summer. Now, I said Asian, okay? Summer thinks she's Asian because she eats rice all the time. And anybody that knows these Asian girls eat a lot of rice, and Summer eats a lot of rice, okay? And she always gives me her opinion by barking at me about everything that she thinks I need to do, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you. Since we're on a lighthearted day, let's keep it lighthearted, okay? You know, the other day I was down by the river and I saw these two boats coming, and one was pulling the other boat, and they had to cover off the motor, so it was obvious they were broke down. And it just reminded me once again that sometimes we need help. I need your help. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I ask you to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that I can get the information out to people that need the information. We've got some information that I'm working on now. Takes a little time to get it ready. It's going to be very important, hard to find information. So stick with us, help us out, and together we can get this accomplished. I appreciate it. Okay, I think probably today, to help you understand this topic a little better, it is kind of a wild topic. Alien abductions, long distance relationships. What do they have in common? So I believe to help you understand this better is I need to tell you where I am right now. Many people know the charismatic singer Jimmy Buffett, who recently passed away. Well, I'm currently in Jimmy Buffett's hometown right now, of Pascagoula, Mississippi. Okay, maybe if you're not as familiar with Jimmy Buffett, you might be familiar with Ray Stevens. You know, Ray Stevens is a lighthearted singer that keeps us all laughing. No, Ray wasn't born in Pascagoula, but he sang a song that people in Pascagoula really enjoyed and got a big kick out of. The Mississippi Squirrel Revival was the name of the song. If you hadn't heard it, go check it out. Now, if you have heard the song, you know that it's about a squirrel getting loose in the first self-righteous church in the sleepy little town of Pascagoula. Now, I think by now you're starting to get the idea of where I am. But, whoa, it don't stop there. I've got some more for you. On October the 11th, 1973, in my home in Brunswick, Maine, I was kind of listening to the evening news out of one ear while I was doing a few other things, and all of a sudden I heard Pascagoula, Mississippi. Well, it got my attention considering I was almost 2,000 miles from home, and it was talking about these two men and what had happened to them. Seems they were fishing on the riverbank, and they told where it was, and all of a sudden this spacecraft come down out of the sky and abducted them. Yeah, you heard me right, abducted them. Well, I knew exactly where this was supposed to have taken place because I've been there so many times, crabbing and fishing, that I just knew exactly where it was, and I just got a huge laugh out of this, okay? And I thought, oh my word, only in Pascagoula. Well, I didn't hear a lot more about it after that for quite some time. And then I heard a lot about it. It seems that on that fateful night, after the men were released from the aircraft, they went to the sheriff's department. And one of the first people they met was a lady deputy working the radio there, and she told me, she said, these two men 100% believed what they were telling us, that they had been abducted from their fishing on the side of the riverbank, and then some experiments had been run on them, and they were released later. I heard the whole story from them, and I got it in depth because, well, I had married her daughter, okay, and so she was now my mother-in-law. Okay, what can I say? It's a small town, right? Okay. As you can imagine, though, this story just went like wildfire. Everybody was hearing about it, and it was being published all over the country, and people were showing up in Pascagoula, and it went on that these two men were just on national TV shows and radio, and it turned out that this was one of the most publicized abductions ever. And, you know, it just keeps going on even now, and I'll talk about that a little bit in a second. But you ask me, Slider, how in the world does that have anything to do with a long-distance relationship? And I can almost hear the gears grinding in your head saying, he's going to say that being married is kind of like being married to an alien. No, I'm not going to say that. But how does it compare? That's a good question, so let's answer it. If you bring a group of people together and you ask them, well, first you tell them about the story in Pascagoula, and then you ask them, is this real? This group is going to say, oh man, something wrong with you? Of course that's not real. Well, when the other group over here say, oh yes, I totally believe that really did happen. Two different views there, same subject. Now, if we take that same group of people and we ask this group of people over here, does a long-distance relationship work? Well, this group is going to say, no, I had some friends that tried that and it didn't work out. Right? Well, then you ask the other group of people and they're going to say, yeah, my uncle was in a long-distance relationship and everything went really well for him. Well, I know you're saying, hey, this is kind of a far stretch that you're comparing long-distance relationships to alien abductions, but theoretically it's the same. The procedure of asking the question and the answers you get are actually the same. And hey, I thought, here's 3 things that you learned about a city that you probably don't even know anything about. And I'd be willing to bet you probably got a laugh out of it just like I did. I got a big laugh out of it. All right? And I mentioned a while ago that the investigation goes on. It hasn't been that long ago, pretty recently, that more information has come forward about this time. And now there's been another book written on it and some more information released on it. So if you're interested in things like that, just go and Google alien abduction in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and you'll have all kind of information popping up that you can read and maybe enjoy and learn about Pascagoula. It's a great city. Now, I promised you that we were going to be speaking out of the box. Okay? And I promised you it would be lighthearted. And I delivered on both of these promises to you. So follow me on into my other videos, and we're going to get back into the world of long-distance relationship. But who knows? I along the way. Do another comparison, something lighthearted between the city and long distance relationship. I'll do it if I think you need a smile, that's for sure. I think we all need that every now and then. Remember, like, subscribe, poke the bell for your notifications. And slide on over with us when we talk about what to expect when I start a long distance relationship. Interesting. I think you may pick up a few points there that you don't expect, but you'll know to expect. So we'll see you on the other side.